Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's go. Let's go. Wow, Think and Grow Rich got much bigger. It didn't. Those are my journals. Here we go. Think and Grow Rich. Sounds like a orchestra. So we're on page 93, and there's going to be some stories that come up, different examples that Hill uses. We probably won't go through. So I'm going to read some of the notes along the outside edge of my book here. What would be the most powerful kind of reform your economy needs? I think I mentioned that yesterday too. What kind of reform? What's the most powerful reform your economy needs? There is no economy out there. You realize that, right? There's no economy out there. There's only your economy. And your economy is different. If I was living next to you, your economy is different than my economy. It just is. It's your economy. We talk about the economy. We talk about tax rates, and we talk about interest rates, and we talk about price of gas, and even though it's the country's economy, it's the basis for which you base your economy on. Your economy needs some reform. And the reform your economy needs, most people's economy, 98% of the population's economy needs, is how to make more money. That's the thing you struggle with. How do I create more money? Jim Rohn says, if you want to create more money, create more value. So if we use just that simple formula, the money you're bringing to the marketplace is based on the value the marketplace thinks you're bringing. Not that it's not amazing stuff. It's about the value the marketplace sees in it. What does full cooperation from your clients look like? Yeah, we read that yesterday. What is the business reform you are looking to support or start? So that's the thing, is that business is due to reform. Make no mistake about it. The methods of the past, based upon economic combinations of force and fear, will be supplanted by a better principle known as faith and cooperation. Men who labor will receive more than daily wages. Men who labor will receive more than daily wages. They will receive dividends from the business, the same as those who supply the capital for business. First, they must start to give more to their employees and stop this bickering and bargaining by force and the expense of the public. At the expense of the public, they must earn the right to dividends. Think about this for a second. This is faith. This is a chapter on faith, talking about doing more, giving more, being more, right? This is what Waddles talks about in The Advancing Man. You must give more in use value than you receive in cash value. Having faith gives your dream more in use value than it does in cash value. And when it does that, the universe has to return it into its physical equivalent. The value that you currently have, let me ask you this, and this may sting for some people. The value you currently have, the amount of money coming in, the amount of friends that you have, the relationship that you have, the access to capital that you have, is in direct proportion to the current focus you are putting on it, the current faith you are giving it. Does that make sense? So your business is producing the physical equivalent of the current faith you have. Oh, that's not true, Sean. I don't want this. Where I'm sitting right now, I want more. Oh, I get you want more, But wanting is not faithing. Wanting is not faithing. It's not. You know it. I know it. It's a vibration that you're putting into the universe, and the universe believes you have faith in wanting, and therefore it gives you wanting. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? I want more. Okay. You can want all you want. You can faith all you want. You can act all you want. You can believe all you want. You can center all you want. Right now you're wanting all you want. It's right there. It's like right there. I can see it. It's right there. It's not even outside my room. It's in my room right there. That's wanting. Faith is you got to open the windows because it's flowing in so many different places. This is truly a Wallace D. Wattles moment of it ain't about doing certain things. It's about doing things in a certain way. Moreover, and this is the most important thing of all. Maybe want to pay attention to what Hill says here. They will be led by leaders who will understand and apply the principles employed by Mahatma Gandhi. I wonder why they didn't capitalize his names there. Only in this way may leaders get from their followers. What do they call everybody on social media? This was before they had internet, right? And social media and followers. And only in this way may leaders get from their followers the spirit of full cooperation, which constitutes power in the highest and most enduring form. How do you awaken cooperation with your clients? How do you awaken connection with your client? Is it short term? Is it long term? You know what connection is. We call it rapport. How do you build rapport with your clients? How do you give them faith that you're a good solution? Right? Because of the need for faith and cooperation in operating business and industry, it will be both interesting and profitable to analyze an event which provides an excellent understanding of the method by which industrialists and businessmen accumulate great fortunes by giving before they try to get. Covey says, seek first to understand, then be understood. Give before you can get. The event chosen for the illustration dates back to 1900 when the United States Steel Corporation was being formed. As you read the story, keep in mind these fundamental facts, and you will understand how ideas have been converted into huge fortunes. First, the United States Steel Corporation was born in the mind of Charles M. Schwab, and in the form of an idea he created through his imagination. How much of your imagination did you use this morning? How much visualization did you use this morning? How much of expanding into a possibility that doesn't currently exist? How many of you saw yourself in a place you've never been before? In a financial place you've never felt before? See, finances is feeling. And one of the biggest things you can do is add feeling to your thoughts, because thoughts backed by emotion enter into the infinite intelligence so much faster and so much clearer that they can deliver the result with such speed and proficiency and in ways you never thought possible. Second, he mixed faith with his idea. Third, he formulated a plan for the transformation of his idea into physical and financial reality. Fourth, he put his plan into action with his famous speech at the University Club. Fifth, he applied and followed through on his plan with persistence and backed it with firm decision until it became carried out. And sixth, he prepared a way for success by burning desire prepared a way for success by a burning desire for success. There it is. There's the 6 steps. Did you catch them? First, the huge steel corporation was born in the mind of Charles Schwab. Formed an idea created through his imagination. Do you have an idea? Second, he mixed it with faith. Mixed his idea with faith. Do you have such a confidence, such a knowing, such an absolute understanding that it's done? Do you write your gratitude blessings about this desire you want? Third, formulated a plan for its transformation, transforming it out of here into the physical. That's where you get these little nudges, these little God winks. Oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened. I had this idea. I ran into this person. That's because you're focused on the thing you want. When you have things you won't believe what happened, that's your focus. For most people, the you won't believe what happened are catastrophic challenges. Oh my God, you won't believe what happened today. Jeez. That happens a lot more to people than, oh my God, you won't believe what happened. So third, he formulated a plan. Fourth, he put the plan into action immediately. Fifth, followed through on his plan with persistence and backed it with a firm decision. And sixth, prepared a way for success for his burning desire. Most of us have a burning desire. We lack the faith, so we don't set up the plan. So if you were going to get chickens, right now you're going to say, I want chickens. Okay, awesome. At some point, you're going to need a place for the chickens to live, unless they're going to live in your house. I would not recommend that. So you're going to need a chicken coop. So if you go out and buy a chicken coop and you got no chickens, people are going to call you crazy. What are you doing with a chicken coop? Well, I'm going to get chickens. What do you know about chickens? How do you know about chickens? Why would you get a chicken? What? Yeah, I'm going to get chickens. Okay, great. Well, that'll be awesome to see. And people get excited that you're going to get chickens. Man, I always wanted to get chickens. I always wanted to get rich. I always wanted to get to the top rank of my network marketing company. I always wanted more clients. Whatever it is, I'm going to go get blank, fill in the blank. It could be chickens, could be money, could be freedom from debt, could be a variety of things. I'm going to go get blank. Well, you got to find a place for it to exist. Because if you went and got the chickens, if the universe just brought you chickens, brought you 3 chickens, they'd be running around like chickens. No place to sleep. They'd get killed. Something eat them. They'd get lost. And the universe is like, well, I mean, I brought you, had burning desire for chickens. You had faith for chickens. You had no place to put them. I don't want good ideas to go in the trash. So therefore, the universe can't bring it. It has to bring, you got to bring it the entire enchilada. Does that make sense? So think about that as you start to set up your goal. What is your dream? What is your plan? What are you going to start to do immediately to put it into action? And what's the path for when it comes back? Perfect example was Gizmo, the ram that started all of the Rocky Creek Ranch sheep, right? Our Shetland sheep community. Michelle wanted Gizmo. Said, I'm going to buy him and bring him home and put him under my desk. She bought him. We had to go pick him up in the back of the Hummer. He sat on my lap. Well, kind of stood on the back seat, but I held him. He was probably 80 pounds. Brought him home, had to tie him out. Now, what Michelle had, she didn't know how to put up a fence. Did she need a fence? Yes. What did she have that knew how to put up a fence? Mason didn't know how to put up a fence. Didn't know how to drive poles. Never done it before. I've done it more than I wanted to. So she had a way that if she brought it, the universe said, okay, good thing you've married this farm boy from Ohio. We put up a fence that afternoon. Put up a little paddock for Gizmo that afternoon. Had she not had it, other results, the continuing results, may vary. So, all of that to say, you can read a pretty after dinner speech for $1 billion. You can read that story, J.P. Morgan. Here's a couple of things I have underlined. Is it probable, however, that this homely speech, somewhat ungrammatical for the necessities of language, never bothered Schwab, full of epigram and threaded with wit, but aside from that, it had a galvanic force and effect upon the 5 billions of estimated capital that was represented at the dinners. After it was over, and a gathering was still under its spell, although Schwab had talked for 90 minutes, Morgan led the orator to a recessed window where, dangling their feet from the high, uncomfortable seat, they talked for an hour more. So I have written in the side 7% versus 93%. Why would I have that written there? 7% were the words, 93% were everything else. For the niceties of language never bothered Schwab. It was not a grammatical, super fascinating piece of literature. It moved an audience worth $5 billion, and Carnegie or Morgan to go over and have another more conversation with Schwab. And that netted Schwab about $600 million, that conversation. It's a great story. You can read it. I'd suggest you read that. Yeah. Desire can be transmuted into its physical equivalent. That's what you have to get. And I normally don't urge you or direct you into your feelings and thoughts. The thing you have to get, the reason your goals are struggling, if they're not, congratulations. Now, you may be in the incompetent competent. You don't know that you know, right? The incompetent the competent incompetent. You know what you don't know, but you could be the incompetent competent. You don't know what you know. You don't know how you did it. You got lucky. That's usually what happens with everybody's first million. They did it. Their burning desire was so strong, and then they lose it because they didn't know what they were doing. They thought it was too easy. And they struggle to get it back. So it's important to understand the perfect illustration of the method by which desire can be transmuted into its physical equivalent. That's the key to grab from this. In other words, Charles Schwab's idea plus the faith with which he conveyed it to the minds, right? Charles Schwab gave that speech we heard about 4 pages back, gave the idea plus the faith with which it was conveyed into the minds of J.P. Morgan and others was marketed for a profit of approximately $600 million, is what Schwab got from that conversation. Let me ask you, the universe doesn't care how big your dream is. $1, $1 million, same thing to the universe. It's simply delivering energy. Some of your goals struggle because they're too small. Some of your goals struggle. Imagine you were a coach to somebody who, I don't know, a bench, they wanted to do weightlifting. And they could bench 200 pounds easy. 200 pounds, right? They just, right off the chest, boom. And they're stuck at 80 pounds. And they keep saying, I can't do anymore. I can't do anymore. You're like, well, I'm not even going to work with you. I'm not even going to work with you until you start pushing yourself. Wouldn't that sound about right? If you've got the skills and the capabilities to do more, be bigger, the universe is sitting there saying, I mean, I'll give you the solutions. I'll show you the answers. I'll give you the examples of that small goal you want. And then the challenge is you get some of the solutions to the small goal you want, and you still don't act on them. Why? Because that's boring. I want big. I want bold. You got to do the boring. You won't do the boring to get the big. Last page. Riches begin in the form of thoughts. Faith. Here's the line. Here's kind of the second to last paragraph. The amount is limited only by the person whose mind the thought is put into motion. Riches begin in the form of thought. The amount is limited, the amount of money, the amount of riches is limited only by the person in whose mind the thought is put into motion. Faith removes limitations. That is one, I'm just going to tell you, that is one of the secrets that jumped off the pages to me. I have it underlined, asterisk. Faith removes limitations. And any limitation you currently have, here's the hard part, is because you lack faith. Ta-da! There are no limits to the mind except those we acknowledge. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. Period. End of story. Now, can you see all those underlines and everything else? Can you imagine why? Because that's the chapter on auto-suggestion, aka self-talk. Wow, that page is all underlined. That page is all just absolutely. Yep. This is going to be this may be a little bit longer. Good news is it's not specialized knowledge. Oh, I love specialized knowledge. All right. Questions, comments, thoughts. Good morning, everybody. What's your thoughts? What's your takeaways? How do I get faith? Faith is self-confidence. Go back and read the 6 steps in self-confidence. Have you signed your paper? Did you write it out again today? Have you memorized it? What do you mean memorize it? Have it become a burning desire. The reason most of your dreams don't come true is because when you set up your goal, you don't even remember your goal. You don't. I was talking with somebody yesterday, and in the conversation yesterday, they were discussing that they were frustrated and they were leaning towards depression. Depression is when the break, you know, the streetcars in I guess it's San Francisco, the streetcars in San Francisco. And when they're going down the hill, the conductor's pulling the brake. What happens if they don't put on the brake? Doesn't gravity take over? Didn't we talk earlier this year about gravity of your words? Depression is your words have gravity. Excitement, outstanding, is your words have gravity. If you're just a potato sandwich on white bread, getting soggy, you're just meh, your words have no gravity. And what'll happen is something with much more pull will pull you in a direction you don't want to go. And that's usually the downward spiral of depression. Oh my God, I woke up again today in a crappy place and everything is going wrong. I got more time than money. I got more month than money. Everything is wrong. I can't da. How the hell are you going to get a good idea from that kind of thinking? That kind of stinking thing. Well, that's what's happening. True. Faith isn't about what's happening. Faith is about what's coming. And if all you think about is what's happening, all you're asking for is what you want to come to you. Well, how am I supposed to be happy about being broke? You shouldn't be. You should be happy about becoming rich. That's the oxymoron. Well, I can't be happy about being sick. No, be happy about being well. You're trying to think healthy thoughts while saying I'm sick. You're trying to think rich thoughts by saying I'm broke. If somebody were to ask you how you doing, would you say, "Oh my God, it's just I keep getting beat up day after day after day. It's nothing's working." Why are you telling yourself a lie you don't even believe? You are on this side of the grass. You are in probably 80 to 90% better life than everyone else on the world. Do you have clean water? Yep. Do you have electric? You got internet. You're here. You got internet. You got YouTube. Follow me? Questions, comments, thoughts, takeaways. What'd you learn? What'd you like? What'd you learn? What'd you like? So let's start there. What'd you learn? What'd you like? If you got a question, ask a question. I can tell you if you don't have a what you learned, what you liked kind of thing, you will continue to struggle. If you don't prophesize it, if you don't profess it, if you don't say it, you know this is coming at the end of every day. And the reason I'm kind of kicking y'all in the shin is because if you do not say what you learned, what you liked out loud, you are sitting there stewing in your own stuff and you're not going to break free. You just won't. You just won't. That's not a prophecy. That's an absolute scientific rule. Hey, AJ, good morning, brother.
Hey, good morning from the mountains of Serbia,
Ooh,
PT.
the mountains of Serbia.
Yeah, it's like an hour drive away from my hometown.
Awesome.
Here's an idea I've been working on in the woods out here in the last 3 days. And this is what I learned so far, what we talked about in the last, let's say, 10 to 15 sessions, pretty much this month as we were working on TGR.
Yeah.
I sat down 2 days ago. And I said, okay, you know what? Let's try to simplify this idea. This whole idea that we're working on right now, which is Think and Grow Rich.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. Sat down, I brought up a piece of paper, and I said, okay, so we have good and bad stuff in life, right? Bad stuff and good stuff both have the same process of development, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So on the negative side, we have, just as you said, depression. However, that's just the end product. Where does it start? And I was like, okay. So it starts when you have doubt and fear, which is a negative emotion, negative idea.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Then you emotionalize it, turn it into fear, and then it expresses into depression, anxiety, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the other hand, I learned that we have on the opposite side of the spectrum, we got this whole idea of well-being and this whole idea of just having pure joy in the moment. So I was like, okay, so if I have a positive idea, I emotionalize it, turn it into faith and belief, and then through repetition, it will express itself as well-being. So I kind of simplify this process for myself to understand it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fascinating what happens when you understand this process. Because over the last 24 hours, I made amends with some people. I made amends with you remember that girl that I brought on one time and you
Yeah.
taught her this breathing exercise because she used to vomit if she got nervous.
Yep.
We got back together and she has some good words for you. I'll have her send a video or something. I'll make her do it. And we came to terms with some things, we came to grips with the fact that if we're gonna move forward, we gotta be on the same page for some things that are
Mm-hmm.
crucial
Yep.
and so on. And then some other things that happened as well. It's just this peace of mind, man. Just this idea that once I understand, and I'm beginning to understand more and more the essence of what we're studying here and what you are teaching us and teaching me. So that's what I learned. And what I loved is just the stuff that keeps on happening because I feel as if when you're in this state of well-being and when you're in this state of joy, there's no pressure. There's absolutely no pressure, and that takes a lot of courage for me to say that because I am always perceived as this guy who's tough. I'm tough, I'm tough but fair. I'm tough but fair, and I'm just going through life tough. I love tough love, and I grew up tough, and this is tough, and that, and it's all tough, and you're the tough guy, and so on and so forth. And honestly, I think that's a good trait in terms of not letting people walk all over you in specific scenarios, maybe in business and so on. However, just overall, I think that's not probably the way you want to go down on a daily basis, I mean. And when you understand this stuff, and I am beginning to understand it now, as you just as you drill it in the head every day, I'm beginning to understand it more and more and more. And what I love is, like I said, just amazing things and amazing conversations and interactions and just these things that just pop up all of a sudden, and it's just amazing. So
Would
thank
you
you.
say that this reading we're going through now is a tough reading of Think and Grow Rich?
This is a wonderful study of Think and Grow Rich, I'd say.
But it's tough because you got to change the way you look at things. Tough is not a bad thing. I would you say I'm kind of tough?
Oh yeah, you're,
But
you're tough.
nobody would say he's a tough guy. I'm a I'm an a-hole of extraordinary proportions because I won't let you off the hook. So when you went through this morning and you said thought and then it has a path. When you are in either of those extremes, depression or absolute joy, what also exists in either one of those conditions? If you're in absolute depression, what also exists in the exact same moment you're in depression?
That's the joy.
And if joy exists in the exact, what also exists in the exact same moment of joy?
The depression.
So what's the difference? If both exist in both places simultaneously, what's the difference?
Is that a question? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What's the
would say
difference?
awareness of knowing that both of them exists and
Yeah.
then the
And then
choice of
choosing.
choosing. Yeah.
It's vibration. It's all it is vibration. It is not thought because you know they both exist. A depressed person knows they can be happy. A happy person probably isn't fully aware they could be depressed. But if you say, what happens to you know what temporary success is? They hit high ranks, they hit good money, and then they lose it because they want to be in depression. I don't want to be totally depressed, but I don't want to be in this. I can't stay here because I got to keep thinking in this place. I'm depressed because I keep thinking. Thinking is what causes it so. Thinking makes it so. Right now, somebody who's depressed could be absolutely ecstatically high. They can make a decision. Physiology, focus, language, and meaning, the triangle. Physiology, focus, language, and meaning. What's happening with a person who's physically depressed? They're sitting on a couch, they ain't moving. What's happening with somebody who's wildly ecstatic? They're dancing, they're jumping around, their arms are moving, their body cannot sit still. So if you're depressed, start moving. I don't want to move. Okay, good. Suck it up, buttercup. How's it? Let me know how that goes.
Here's a question for you.
Yes.
Would you, another idea I've been thinking about. By the way, this is merch. I'm gonna bring you this merch.
I
This is
love
actually
this
right here.
merch.
I'm gonna bring you this merch in October. Would you say I've been thinking about this idea of ignorance. and how people are just ignorant and they just don't want to move, and you can't move them. It's like a donkey, you know.
And ignorance isn't bad. Ignorance is what we all have, because here's how I define ignorant. Would you say there's more you don't know or more you do know?
Don't know.
So you're ignorant. I just choose to be ignorant about things that I don't want to know about. I'm ignorant about cardiovascular surgery. I'm ignorant. I'm an ignorant ignoramus of massive proportion. I don't get paid to do cardiosurgery work. I'm ignorant. I will be the first to tell you I am the ignorant. I am the poster child of ignorance for cardiovascular surgery. People think it's rude to be called ignorant. God, please call me ignorant. Tell me what you think I'm ignorant on. Now, if you think I'm ignorant about the brain, we'll have a little conversation.
Well, in that case, to clarify and qualify, what I meant by that was people who are ignorant about the improvement of their life. Let's put it that
Yes.
way. Those
Yes.
people are just
That is a different ignorance. That is a self-inflicted ignorance.
those were the people that I was
Yes.
referring to.
Got it.
Would you say that it's because of our own wiring that they just are ignorant automatically? And if they were to step up, so to say, and actually think, they wouldn't do that, and because of that, they're stuck where they are.
Well, here's the thing. They don't know they're ignorant. How do you know you're white?
Got a mirror.
It doesn't matter. Somebody gave you don't know that's white. What if you were called Mason used to call people peach? Not white. How come we're not called peach? We're not white. We're definitely not. Your shirt is white. I can tell where your skin starts and your shirt starts. You are definitely not white. You are peach. Because we have these labels. Labels become lenses. And people aren't ignorant about their success. They have stopped seeking success. They have no desire. Their ignorance is often a label we say. They're just ignorant because we see more in them than they see in them. Their desire is lacking. And there's a good chance, about 99.99% good chance, that their lens they look through life are the labels of racism that they see. It has nothing to do with black, white, Chinese, American, male, female. There's racism in the fact that they say, I can't be that. You're that, I'm not, so I'm racist. You do crypto well. I could be racist against crypto people, couldn't I? Well, all they do is sit in their thing and they punch buttons. Asshole. All they do is steal money. They just blah, blah, blah. Everybody's win is somebody else's loss. Who the hell would want to do that? Oh, well, if I show you a simple form, oh, I could do that. They're no longer racist when they want to become successful. People who are poor are racist against people who are successful. Oh, they have it easy. You don't know what easy is, right? So that's racism. We don't dare say that because we have it based upon color and creed and religion and Jews versus Islam and blah, blah, blah. And we have this racism of extremism. I can tell you somebody who's sick is racist against somebody who's healthy. Somebody who's got a lot of friends is usually has people who are racist against them who don't have a lot of friends. If anybody's ever you spend so much time with them, that's racism. Well, no, race is what? No, race is an identification. It's a label that we use to identify something. And when you have racism against that, you are totally against whatever that is. It's not about color or creed or religion. Go look it up. So people who are ignorant don't know they're ignorant. So what happens? Rudge, are you okay? I see like the cops around you. You okay? Good.
Oh, he got them blue and reds right there.
Got the blue and reds,
That
baby.
boy out there.
5-0 is checking him out.
Yeah. This guy's out there talking to his mentor. They're selling
So,
Jordan.
so the point is, and they're still checking him out. So, or he's following him. What are you, ambulance chasing, Rudge? Would you get into lawyer work? What do you do? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Be good. Be safe. So, the idea that they're ignorant is that they don't know they're ignorant. What happens when you call them ignorant? They don't say, wow, thanks for pointing that out.
They get hella mad.
They get hella mad because why? They know they're ignorant, but they didn't think. This is what I talk about all the time. If you agree not to say I'm ignorant, I'll agree to say you're not to say you're ignorant. And we walk around and nobody is ignorant. Everybody's in bliss. That's why they say ignorance is bliss. No, it's not. And you know who are the most racist, ignorant people? People who study personal development. Because, man, I got a leg up and you're not reading Think and Grow. Oh, you should read Think and Grow Rich. Why are you injecting your values on me? You should read this. You should read that. Have you read it? Oh, I read it many times. Why are you stuck then? Why are you sucking hind tit? Why are you the last dog in the, the second dog, the second dog in the, the second dog in a, what do you call dog sled? Oh, the view never changes. So first isn't important, but it beats what comes in second. So if you're so successful, if you've got all of this wisdom and you've read the books and you've done the things, why is your life a wreck? Why do you ever have a bad day? If you have a bad day, you haven't studied anything. Oh, snap. If you get mad, if you get frustrated, you haven't studied anything, because if you understand the law of attraction, well, I understand the law of attraction. The hell you do. If you get mad, you just sucked in all of the negative and you just wiped out all of the positive and you wonder why you're stuck. Come on. Wake up. Wake up, America. This is ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing on the planet. Oh, I'm a peaceful mentor of joy and happiness. Really? I heard you were like losing your shiitake the other day because you're stuck and you're wondering what you're doing. That's not, who the hell wants to be mentored by that kind of horse crap? Ooh, snap. Jessica's here. Oh my gosh. Jessica, my mermaid.
Hello.
Oh, how many of you just took a big breath and went, oh. Hello, my love.
How are you? Don't say outstanding. I'm waiting.
Now, Jessica's known me for how long? And she just said that? Outstanding.
Yes, it's an outstanding day today. Somewhere in the world.
Jessica. Oh my gosh.
How are you?
I'm super fantastic having you here.
Good.
What a joy.
It's good to be here.
How's it feel? How's it feel to hear this again?
Well, I did have an awakening because I'm an OG. I remember when it was Daily Awakening. And I've forgotten it now. No, it's coming back. So watching a show at the moment called Severance. I don't know if you've heard about it. And it's very cleverly written. It's a bit like The Matrix, but the difference is so it's about this guy who works in an office, and they inject a microchip in his brain. So
yes, Limitless. Yes.
Yeah. And when I was watching it, I'm in like season 2 now. And the other day I was thinking how this show has rewired this guy's brain to think about only work and not life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, we're actually like that. So, but the other way around, like when I go to work, all I would talk about with my friends is my life. But obviously all you need to think about is work, right? But I was just thinking I need to rewire my brain to think about my life first and not all the other crap that we've been conditioned to think is important. And yeah, I just need rewiring again. I now I need someone to inject a microchip in my brain to say, this is what's important to you. This is what you need to do, and need to think about doing things in a certain way that's important. Like, and then like a microchip that's like perspective injected in my brain.
So would you like to do that right now?
Yes.
Okay. It's called a touchstone.
Okay.
You have them. Those little trinkets, those little jewels, the little stones, the little something. There's a little something that every time you touch it, it re-energizes you.
Mm-hmm.
Find one of those touchstones again.
Okay.
And in order for the chip to work when it went into his brain, what did they have to do with the chip? They had to program it, right?
Yeah.
So in programming a touchstone, so if I were to take this piece of tape and because this tape is made up of what? Electrons, croutons, motrons, whatever, right? This is energy. Isn't this energy? Everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I decide to go put energy, if I decide to just take this and really get myself worked up, I am healthy, I am happy, I am filled with joy, money comes to me effortlessly and everything, and I just kept building it and building it and building it. And I were to send, because we work on a farm, I have 2 rolls of tape and they're almost the same size. So if I were to hand this one to somebody and say, what do you feel? And I were to hand this one to somebody, what do you feel? Do you think they'd feel something different in the other tape? And they go, yeah, that one's weird. It's smoother. It's softer. They would describe its physicalness because they're not tuned into its energy. Anytime we show up with a new energy, people say things like, did you change your hair? Did you lose weight? Did you get a butt implant? Right? They'll say something. Because they don't understand the energy side of it, so they have to think in the physical. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you find your touchstone, go find a carrot your mom had, right? Or whatever. Is there any right? Yeah, right. So if you go touch the turtle, what's the turtle's name again?
Brutus.
Brutus. If you go touch Brutus's shell, won't you feel something? You'll feel 80 years of his life or whatever it is. There's certain things in your room right now. I know, Dubby. You don't know Jessica. Say hi, Jessica. I love Jessica. So I know. Hi, Jessica. Are you speaking mermaid? Are you speaking mermaid? What? Say, speak. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
So if you find something in your room, colorful, whatever it is, and then you carry that with you everywhere. Maybe it's a piece of jewelry, but that jewelry, you program it by putting all of the energy you want into it. Right? And then when you touch it, you tell it to release that energy. Now it's universal because any of the energy you programmed into that is in a frequency and a vibration of constantly being filled. So anytime you touch it and suck out whatever you need, you know about grounding, right?
Yeah.
So what happens when you go touch the grass and you ground and you're instantly filled with the negative ions? Instantly. They can't even tell. Instantly. Does the earth go, oh crap, I'm out of ions? Right?
Yeah.
No. So even the tiniest little thing, I don't care if it's a diamond on a piece of jewelry. You focus and put that in there. You are now programming that limitless chip that anytime you touch it, you receive all its energy. And it is constantly in a state of replenishment. It never, ever, ever runs out. You can do that right now. Because you have that skill. You have that talent. You're a mermaid who's going to the Maldives. Say Maldives.
The Maldives.
Don't owe me $5. I told you if I ever got Jessica on here to say the Maldives, you don't. But that's how you do it. And that's how any of you can do it. That's how any of you can do it. And one of the things, once you realize you can do that with anything, a roll of tape, a roll of stamps, all my nutritionals have been charged. by me. Everything I do, anytime I touch something, when I walk by and I touch the tractor, my lawnmowers, my tractors, my equipment, my trucks, if I'm walking by it, I touch it and I say, I love you. I send all of that energy into it. Into your car? Sure, why not? Well, don't you want a car that loves you back? Well, it can't love you. It can not break down. That's its idea. It can only do what it can do, and not break down is a good thing. So do you have an idea of what you're going to create as your limitless chip?
I do. I have a few things.
Okay. And you can have multiple chips. They only put one in. You think of how many you can program. You can program things at work. I program door frames.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean I don't have to carry it with me? I'm just very selfish. I program door frames. I program pathways. If I'm going to show up there, I want it to have all my energy. So the next time I come back, I'm usually coming back to a place I like because either I have more or I have less. And if I have less, I want it to take more. I want it to give me back to more. And if I have more, I want to give it so that it's always elevated. It's this constant exchange of electrons. When the little kids go swimming and you teach them how to swim, aren't you making them limitless?
Yeah.
And don't you get more excitement than they do by you giving to them?
Always, definitely.
Yeah, that's your limitless chip in work. That's the proof that you already have a limitless chip. You can teach one or you can teach 10 kids.
Yeah. I love that.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the part of the brain that went, oh, crap. Why does he always make it so easy? I'm already doing it because I'm the personal development guy, not the personal development guy. I'm undoing the crap you think you did to yourself. You didn't do anything to yourself. You let other things do it to you because we forgot who the mermaid was.
Yeah. This is true. Well, my husband said, he's right. I was like, shh, don't say that.
That's how you start an argument, hubby. I would encourage you, instead of he's right, going, isn't that fascinating? That will make her more mad because that's what I've said to her many times. Isn't that fascinating? She's like, you Americans and fascinating.
Well,
I so love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And congratulations on your marriage. It's beautiful bliss. May you live 1,000 lifetimes and still get to know each other on every day.
Thank you.
I love it. And I can't wait to meet hubby.
Very soon.
And let him know I won't psychoanalyze him when I meet him. I probably will, but I won't say anything.
Did you hear that? He's making a coffee.
Oh, good. Coffee is awesome. Listen, when he makes the coffee, he can put limitless into the coffee and you'll go, oh, this tastes good. What'd you do? And he said, I just stirred it with my finger. I'm just so sweet, right? I'm saying we can put energy into everything.
Yes.
And you have that skill, my love. You've worked on it for years. Your book. Wait a second. Oh,
no.
Hang on. It's right here. I just saw it.
I don't even know where mine is.
Yeah, well.
I'm still looking for it.
I know. Did I have it down? Was I showing somebody else it? It's right here. Oh, come on. Oh, here it is. Yep. I had it at the start. Look at that.
Oh, wow. He found it.
I got 2 of them. I love it. So, by the way, this is your published author that you're speaking to, Jessica Trias, the author of Projected Awakenings. It's kind of cool. If you knew what it took for her to get through this, you'd say, oh my God, she could do anything. And I would agree. I love you. I miss you. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for bringing joy to me.
Thank you so much. Love you.
You know, you're always welcome. You better get your butt back here.
I will.
Okay. All right. Who else? Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways.
Thank you, guys.
I have one.
Go ahead, Raj.
Okay, so yesterday I was sitting on the porch and I realized that this is a marathon and you probably want to run with somebody that's okay, if you ever run a marathon, you know that not a marathon like cross country or anything,
Right.
you always know that you got to pace yourself, right? Until like near the very end, you sprint a little bit. I'm just comparing that to you and my other relationships with my other friends, I would say. I'm just like, Sean's just at a different pace. And if you want to be able to run at that pace, you got to keep going to him and being consistent with him. And I'm just mind blown, Sean. Just very grateful for you and all that you do, man.
Well, I love the analogy. And the key is that if you start a race, regardless of the race you start, how do you know the race how do you know you're running the right race? It's the race you're in. The challenge with most people is that they start the New York Marathon and then they go run the Boston Marathon. They get halfway done with the New York Marathon, say this isn't working, they go start the Boston Marathon. And then they get 2 miles into that or 20 miles into that, they're almost at the finish line, they go, this thing is never ending, and then they leave and they go run the Miami Marathon. You've got to stay in the race long enough to cross the finish line. Most people, 99% of the people in personal development, never stay in the race long enough to cross the finish line, because they'll read Think and Grow Rich halfway through and they'll go, somebody go, oh, Think and Grow Rich is awesome. Have you read The Millionaire Next Door? 3 feet from gold? Absolutely. You are all 3 feet from gold. I just keep digging.
Yeah.
I just keep digging and I find gold every day because I've already been at my 3 feet from gold. I'm getting the hell out. Nothing's happening. And the reason I can keep showing up is because I know the gold is there. I know it's there. You're like, oh, I'm digging. Listen, how fast you dig, how big your shovel is, whether you're using equipment or you're using teaspoons. My mentor would say all the time, why would you go to the ocean of possibility with a teaspoon? And leave with a teaspoon and say, it doesn't really work for me.
I like that. I like that. That's good.
Some of us wish we were alchemists. We're digging our gold. We're digging our gold. We're digging the dirt. We're digging the dirt. There's got to be gold here somewhere. There's got to be gold here somewhere. And then we stop and we take the dirt and we say, but this is where everybody else is digging and they're getting gold. So I'm going to try to turn this dirt into gold and I'm going to use my alchemy. And life passes them by because for 40 years they're trying to turn pig shit into gold and it ain't going to happen. You got to keep digging until you find the gold. And the challenge is there's a thing called fool's gold. And those are programs that you buy or network marketing companies you join thinking, I'm going to get rich. You can get rich anywhere. You can get rich selling pencils. Isn't there companies that sell pencils? I mean, literally sell pencils. Pens? Have you ever bought a pen? Their companies are rich. So are you a commodity where you have competition? Or are you a Rolls Royce where you don't even need to advertise? And that's all about state.
Mm-hmm.
You can get rich selling hoodies. Look, you bought one. What are you selling? Selling is a transference of value. It's a transference of emotion. Why'd you pick that? Why'd you pick that hoodie over another one? Because maybe it was a gift. Your emotions became part of the decision. Your emotions are always part of the decision, whether you move forward.
Oh my, really?
Emotions are always there. We usually use our emotions when we're buying. The challenge is we haven't bought how rich we are.
Yeah.
So I'd offer you to I'd suggest you change the way you look at things so the things you look at change.
Oh my gosh. I hear you, Sean. I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
The beatings will now end.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone else? Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Here's what I'll leave you with. Make sure you go to SeanGMurphy.com/NESS, N-E-S-S. Sean G. Murphy, www.SeanGMurphy.com/NESS, N-E-S-S, and go figure out your signal. Go take the quiz. You want to learn how to get to your core? This is the program that I'm launching, NESS. And I'm going to need some people to help me teach this to the world. So I'd offer you all to go take a look at that. Go figure out what your signal is. Go look at the questions that I've asked you in the survey. It doesn't require any information. I won't know what one you picked. I'll know somebody. I'll know if survey was filled out, but I don't know who. I'm not collecting your information. Why? Because, oh, well, you're just doing it for emails. No, I'm not. You will get so much value out of that. You will raise your hand. If you're somebody who's seeking signal, if you're somebody seeking signal, you'll raise your hand because you can't not. It's that powerful. If you're not, if you were taking go, I wouldn't want to struggle with you anyways. Because you're in a constant struggle. www.SeanGMurphy.com/NESS, N-E-S-S. Go take it. All right. Feel good? I love you tons. I appreciate you. I hope you have an incredible, I don't even know what today is. It's a Jessica day. It's a Jessica day. Today is Jessica day. I love you tons. I appreciate you. I'll see y'all where?
The next event.
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Rica.
Gura vida.
Vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydia.
Peace be with us all.
Peace be with us all. And the queen of helping you find your touchstone, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss Lee.
Boss Lee, we love you. And a little white fluffy.
Gurgly.
Gurgly. I love you tons. All right, everybody, go have some fun. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.
Thank you.